Jalebis. An honest boy is on his way to school carrying money in his pocket to pay the school fee. The sight of crisp syrupy jalebis in the market excites him and the coins in his pocket begin to jingle. After a long debate with himself, he yields to the sweet temptation. It happened many years ago. I was in the fifth standard at the government school, Kambelpur, now called Attack. One day, I went to school with 4 rupees in my pocket to pay the school fee and the fund. When I got there, I found that the teacher who collected the fee, Master Ghulam Muhammad, was on leave, and so the fee would be collected the next day. All through the day, the coins simply sat in my pocket. But once school got over and I was outside, they began to speak. All right, coins don't talk. They jingle or go connect connect. But I'm telling you, that day they actually spoke. One coin said, "What are you thinking about? Those fresh hot jalebis coming out of the kadao in the shop over there. They are not coming out for nothing. Jalebis are meant to be eaten, and only those with money in their pocket can eat them. And money isn't for nothing. Money is meant to be spent, and only they spend it who like jalebis. Look here, you 4 rupees, I said to them. I'm a good boy. Don't misguide me, or it won't be good for you. I get so much at home that I consider even looking at something in the bazaar a sin. Besides, you are my fee and fun money. If I spend you today, then how shall I show my face to Master Ghulam Muhammad in school tomorrow and after that to Allah Mia at Qayamat? You probably don't know it, but when Master Ghulam Muhammad gets angry and makes you stand on the bench, he simply forgets to let you sit till the last bell rings. So, it's best you stop chewing at my ears like this and let me go home straight. The coins disliked what I had said so much that all of them began to speak at the same time. There was such a clamor that passers by in the bazaar stared, eyes wide with surprise, at me and my pocket. The coin of those days, the wretched thing, made so much more noise too. Finally, in a panic, I grabbed all 4 of them and held them tight in my fist, and then they were silent. After taking a few steps, I loosened my grip. Immediately, the oldest coin said, "Here we are trying to tell you something for your own good, and you try to strangle us instead. Tell me honestly now, don't you feel like eating those hot jalebis? And then, if you do end up spending us for today, won't you get the scholarship money tomorrow? Sweets with the fee with the scholarship money, end of story. Kaisa katam, paisa hazam." "What you are saying isn't right," I replied, "but it isn't that wrong either. Listen, stop blabbering and let me think. I'm not a common sort of boy, but then these jalebis are no common sort of jalebis either. They are crisp, fresh, and full of sweet syrup." My mouth watered, but I wasn't about to be swept away so easily. In school, I was among the most promising students. In the fourth standard exams, I had even won a scholarship of 4 rupees a month. Besides, I came from a particularly well to do family, so I enjoyed considerable prestige. I had never once been beaten so far. On the contrary, Master Ji had got me to beat the other boys. For a child of such status, standing there in the middle of the bazaar eating jalebis, no, it wasn't right, I decided. I clenched the rupees in my fist and came home. The coins were so keen on being spent that day. They kept up their attempts at persuasion till their voices began to choke. When I reached home and sat on the bed, they began to speak. I went inside to have lunch. They began to shriek. Thoroughly fed up, I rushed out of the house barefoot and ran towards the bazaar. Terrified I was, but quickly I told the halwai to weigh a whole rupee worth of jalebis. His astonished look seemed to be asking where I had the hand cart in which I would carry all those jalebis. Those were inexpensive times. 1 rupee fetched more than 20 rupees does nowadays. The halwai opened up a whole newspaper and heaped a pile of jalebis on it.